It happened again, folks. Square Enix made a direct sequel to one of the main Final Fantasy installments. Final Fantasy XIII-2 continues the story 3 years after the original. Lightning disappears, leaving her sister Serah around to search for her. Final Fantasy XIII-2 takes huge steps in the right direction. After hearing the whole universe complain about how linear 13 was, the developers did a total 180. Final Fantasy XIII-2 has a more open structure and better battles. But in the process, the story loses a lot of the focus the original had, and that hurts.
And rejoice!
Enter Noel, this handsome do-gooder that travels through time with a message from Lightning and the promise that he can help Serah find her sister. All they gotta do is work some magic on history and fix all the weird stuff that's going on across time and space. Easy, right? You can find plenty of pretty things to look at in Final Fantasy XIII-2, especially the main characters and some of the special effects. Overall, it looks nice, minus a few stutters here and there. And once again, the standout moments come from the sparse, pre-rendered cutscenes which still amaze. But what stood out to me more was the soundtrack, which features some great tunes and more vocal work than any Final Fantasy game I've played.
Impressive.
All in all, this game really dominates in the clean, organized department. Seriously, I could use this main menu as a slip and slide. I think of Final Fantasy XIII-2 as the Chrono Trigger of Final Fantasy. Not to say it's super awesome brilliant, just that you spend a lot of hours jumping through time and messing around with events in the future. The whole game comes served up on these time gates to different places. You can even visit some places at different times, or in a different universe. As Serah and Noel leap through time looking for Lightning, they resolve paradoxes in the timeline. That's a fancy way of saying side quests, which adds on even more content to the main Save the World, Save the Future plotline. Now, does this combat system look familiar to you? It should. Most of what you'll see here comes from the original, but with plenty of improvements. As before, you control one character at a time and wait for his or her action gauge to fill up. This segmented gauge can be spent to perform different actions based on the character's role. Paradigm switching, the act of changing up the roles mid-fight, is way faster now, and the third slot in your party belongs to a monster of your choosing. Yes, you can capture critters and level them up, and they each have an inherent role of the original 6. Although it's sad to see only 2 human characters and a bunch of monsters make up the party, making that party your own works way better this time around. If you didn't dig the battle system in the original Final Fantasy XIII, this sequel might not change your mind. You can still get by just by auto-battling most of the time, but you do have to paradigm shift or switch roles in tougher battles to keep your party alive. Is it the best battle system I've seen in Final Fantasy? No. But it's fast and fun enough to keep battles fresh for 30 hours. No question about it, Final Fantasy XIII-2 shows off significant improvements over the original. It has better exploration, better battles, and all the nitty-gritty in between. If anything, I just wish the story did a little bit more. For more on Final Fantasy XIII-2, hit up IGN.com.